Good evening, dear guests, mentors, fellow lawyers, and friends. My name is Attorney Luceline Arat Kabading. Even though I'm far away tonight, my heart is with you all. I wish I could be there in person, but I couldn't let this moment pass without sharing my thoughts and gratitude on this special journey we've all taken. Tonight is not just about passing the bar. It is about celebrating the hard work, faith, and the support from those who stood by us. Even though I'm only here through this message, this achievement belongs to everyone who believed in us and helped us along the way. As I look back on this journey, I want to share three important things. First, the study routine that helped me stay on track. Second, the challenges that tested me. And third, the signs of God's help that gave me strength. Let me start with the study routine that helped me stay on track. For 12 long weeks, I focused entirely on studying from 8 a.m. to 2 a.m. every day, including weekends. My goal was tough: to review the whole bar syllabus 3 times with 3 different reviewers. I believe from my years of teaching as a nurse reviewer that the best way to learn something is to go over it multiple times from different perspectives. To make this happen, I followed a strict routine. I created a study room separate from my bedroom so I could focus better, took short 10-minute breaks every 2 hours to keep my energy up, and practiced taking weekly mock bar exams using the answer, law, application, conclusion method, which helped me write clear, concise, and confident answers. At 52 years old, I knew my memory wasn't as sharp as others, but I learned how to frame my answers in a way that would show the examiner I understood the law well. That's how I compensated. Let me go to the challenges that tested me. Graduating from law school in June 2024 was one of the hardest and most emotional moments of my life. During my finals, my beloved mother became very ill and had 4 emergency surgeries. Sadly, on May 4, she passed away. During this heartbreaking time, I wrote to our law professors explaining that my mother was dying. I was given the grace to take my final exams later, something I'll always be thankful for. But losing my mother wasn't just a personal loss. It became a reason for me to push through and finish. After her passing, I returned home to Davao carrying her ashes. There was no time to rest. I immediately had to start my final exams. Every day I took exams. Every night I studied. Physically, I was in the Philippines, but my mind and heart were still adjusting from California. On June 18, my 30th wedding anniversary, I graduated from Rizal Memorial College. But there was hardly any time to celebrate, as 2 days later, I laid my mother to rest. With barely any time to breathe, I jumped into my bar review. Now let me tell you the signs of God's help that gave me strength. Becoming a lawyer was a childhood dream, but life took me in a different direction. I became a nurse, moved to America, and built a life there. I thought that dream was long behind me until 2018 when a visit to Rizal Memorial College changed everything. I learned they had just opened a law program, and Attorney Rubilio encouraged my husband Cesar to enroll me. He saw an opportunity for me to finally pursue what I had once dreamed of, to test the waters and see where the journey would take me. At first, I wanted to stay low key, quietly studying, just go through law school. But life had other plans. Attorney Ning asked me to represent RMC in an inter-school law debate, the school's first ever competition. I had no choice but to give it my all. In the end, our team won the championship. My name was in the newspapers, and suddenly everyone in Davao I knew now knew that I was a law student. So much for staying low key. At the same time, I had another dream to expand my father's school, the International College of St. Ignatius. After retiring as a professor in the US, I wanted to create something meaningful in the Philippines. But then COVID 19 happened. The school closed, the law school moved online. Yet, still, I didn't give up. Every morning at 2 a.m. in California, I log in for my Philippine law classes. When the in person classes resumed, I flew back home, hoping for a smooth final semester. But again, life had other plans. And so after graduation, I wanted to stop. I was exhausted, grieving, searching for closure. But my loved ones, my husband, my children, my siblings, my friends, they all reminded me, don't give up. Let God take over. So I kept going, trusting that He would lead the way. And so, what's next? Today, I am a lawyer, not because I was the strongest, but because God helped me through it all. Now that I'm a Philippine lawyer, I find myself at a crossroad here in California. People will often ask me if I'll return to the Philippines. To be honest, I don't know yet. What I do know is that next month I'll be welcoming my first grandchild. And they say that a grandchild has a way of making a grandma stay. So for now, I'll be staying here. But who knows what God has in store? His plans are always bigger than anything we can imagine. This journey has taught me some important lessons. No matter how tough our dreams seem, we must keep going. And it's okay to feel like giving up sometimes. That is part of the process. In the end, everything is in God's hand. If He brought us this far, He'll definitely take us to the next chapter. At this point, I'd like to extend my sincerest gratitude to the Rizal Memorial College School of Law. Thank you for shaping future lawyers with a heart, with faith, and integrity. Our country really needs legal professionals who stands for justice and truth. To our Dean, Attorney Batacan, to the Assistant Deans, Attorney Pasha, Attorney Coma, Attorney Pedrosa, Attorney Calamba, our law professors, the law school staff, your dedication, wisdom, and guidance have planted seeds that will grow into strong and principled leaders. To Attorney Ning, may you rest in peace. Your passion and commitment to excellence will forever live on in us. To the BMVV Review Center, my heartfelt gratitude for welcoming all takers with open arms. No questions asked. Only, when do you want to start? You adjusted to our intricate schedules, provided endless review materials, the latest tips, and all the necessary resources. The constant monitoring and encouragement made all the difference. I personally felt the tremendous support and full confidence you had in me. A special thank you to Attorney Noreen Manatet and Attorney Dante Calamba and all the amazing reviewers at the BMVV Review Center. Your dedication and tireless efforts guide us every step of the way. BMVV carried me to the finish line with all the cheers and infectious stamina. Thank you for believing I could make it. We are all here for a reason. We are destined for greatness. So let us all trust in God's plan and continuously be amazed by what He will do next. Again, daghang salamat sa inyong tanan sa pagpaminaw. Maayong gabi sa tanan.